everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Today we'll be covering episode 3 of Reign of the Seven Spellblades. So, got a lot of information in this episode, really, really nice. So, we left off with two upperclassmen in the labyrinth, Rivermore, who's a fifth year, and Salvadori, who's a fourth year. They're kind of assholes. All they want to do is fight. In the manga, they explain how there's people upperclassmen that you can run into that will help you, and people that are going to want to kill you. And these two are people that want to kill you. I don't think they said that in the anime, but now you guys know. So these two really do kind of hate each other, and we end up getting this awesome bone fight versus a really weird baby fight. So Salvadori ends up giving birth to this monstrous baby, and which kind of leads into more why the dudes Rivermore was calling her like a succubus, and they go back and forth on digging at each other for essentially being a whore, and and him digging up dead bodies so that he can use bones. So that's kind of the story behind them. So she makes baby monsters from other guys, and he digs up dead bodies and uses their bones. That's kind of how they want to make you think that. But Nano goes into fight, and Nano is just itching for a fight. We come to learn that she just wants to fight. Later, I'm just gonna skip ahead. We get a little backstory on Nano, and she's in the middle of this war. It was 50,000 versus 200, and she was part of the 200. The manga goes a little bit more in depth with that whole war scene, how she was kind of like a general in a sense, like she was the one hyping up the 200 people because everyone else was like, there's too many people, we're gonna die, there's no point in us moving forward. But then she gives this speech and makes everyone all hyped up. It's like that shitty 300 movie where it's 300 versus thousands of whatever, man, whatever. But they kind of skipped all that in the anime, which is fine. It's just minor detail. And then she goes and fights that shogun or whatever, kills his son. She wanted to fight the son because he was supposed to be super powerful. Turned out not to be a match. All that was spot on. So she just wants to fight. And when Oliver told her that he's never going to fight her, especially to the death, that broke her spirits because that's all she wants and that's all she's ever known, and that's how she shows essentially her love. And then we get Shell, who tells her that it's time to learn a new way of life because here at the school it's all different. You're not in a war, you're now learning spells. So that's how she opens up her mind, and she 100% gave into it. There was like no holding back. She was totally on board with that, and now she's starting to fall in love with Oliver, and she's no longer admiring his sword and his skills. She's now trying to admire him, and Katie's getting jealous. The manga was a little bit more in depth of how much more jealous she was, but whatever. The point is, she was jealous. But to go back to the underground maze where Nano wanted to fight the fourth year and fifth year, she just about gets there, but the whole fight's broken up by student president Alvin Godfrey. Him and another student, I think some fourth year. Her name was Carlos, I think. Yeah, it was like a guy's name for a woman. That threw me off for a second. No big deal. He says, "Break the shit up," and the two bad guys they like disappear into a wall. So I'm really curious to see more of that or learn more about that. That's cool. That's whatever. And then the episode ends basically with Katie going to use her civil rights stuff where, she learned from her family, from her culture, where trolls and everybody else get along in the same place. And she believed that, she lived that. So it's proof that trolls and humans can live together in harmony. And she wanted to go protect this troll that tried to kill her in the first episode because she believes that, no one should die. And also at the same time, we all know that a spell was casted on her and made him want to go on a rampage to defend himself or something along those lines. He reacted wrongly too, but whatever. So she went to go fight for his behalf. And the teacher or shed some information saying, yeah, this troll is safe for now. He's evidence for what went wrong, so he's going to live. And speaking of that teacher, we finally get to learn a little bit more about these spell blades that was really explained in like chapter 3 or 4 in the manga. So this information about these spell blades should have been in the last episode technically, but whatever, it's finally here. Explaining how there's 6 spell blades and they're really just super powerful. And I don't know, I was writing notes when he was talking. I knew exactly what he was talking about, but what was supposed to be the deal was these swords are kind of the combination between their sword and their wand. Don't remember the names of those right off the bat, but that's the point. And of course, everybody knows this anime is called Seven Spellblades, so we only have 6 that's in history, so we're going to get introduced to a 7th one, obviously. But back to Katie and the troll. A bit of information was skipped from the manga. We get a little bit more snippets of her trying to befriend the troll, let him know that she cares for him. She is feeding him, and as she's doing all this, students in the classrooms are all observing her and I can't believe she's even doing this, and why would she waste her time with such a troll? And then Katie's friends, our heroes, are like, well, she's our friend. We'll support her with this no matter what. Like, it's kind of in an awkward situation, and that's beside the point. I mean, the troll deal isn't over yet. I'm not that far in the manga, so I don't know. I don't know yet. But the episode ends with an invitation to a fight, with Oliver and Nano versus that redhead kid, and all of that stays true. And that's the beginning of chapter 9 where that happens. So if you want to stay up to date, read up to the beginning of chapter 9 and go from there. So there's a fight to look forward to. Super looking forward to that. I accidentally skipped ahead. I saw some beast like monster in an arena. So arena battles are always awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's it for today. Uh, Thank you everyone for watching. I didn't mention we are brought to you by the Anime Show, so please make sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date with everything anime related. And if you're watching me on YouTube, I will have a link to the manga website that I'm reading all this off of in the description. And it would be really awesome if you guys could like and subscribe to this page and all of our content so that you can help us grow. And until next time, later, guys.